You get a car driving by. Car! Get your diapers on, everybody. It's Top Chef Season 21 is here. And at 54 unadulterated minutes, without commercials, you know you're in for some deep, deep dives into the world of competitive culinary endeavors. All reality. Otherwise known as Wisconsin.
Too much cheese.
Get out of Wisconsin.
This episode is called Chef Test. Don't know why. Never comes up. Kristen Kish is welcome in as the new host amidst a roar of applause. Tom and Gail fawn over the new host as one of the competitors spill the beans about Kristen's upbringing.
She is also adopted.
Adopted was.
You know, apparently this kind of upbringing gives you special abilities.
If you're half-assing it, she's gonna know.
We go through the competitors, many of whom have James Beard Award nominations and or worked in Michelin star restaurants. And then there's one who has neither of those things.
I don't have either of those things.
Let's meet the contestants. Valentine, Alicia, Charlie, Amanda, Savannah, Kevin, Kalina, Laura, Michelle, Rasika, Manny, Danny, Kenny, Dan, and David. I spent many of the week going Manny, Kenny, Danny, Dan, and David. Manny, Kenny, Danny, Dan, and David. Manny, Kenny, Danny, Manny, Kenny, Danny, Manny, Kenny, Manny, Danny, Kenny, Danny, David.
Never know a move a little fella, nigga better call a reference.
David makes fun of Tom's hat on a day when he's not wearing one.
Hey,
Good.
Tom's hat game. Ooh.
For most of this episode, he looks a bit like a very wet Post Malone. Or a moist Pallone. Ugh, less wet. Much better. The judges explain that in this season there is no immunity for Quickfire Challenge winners, but immunity if you win the previous week's elimination challenge. There's also an extra $100,000 in available prizes for the Quickfire winners.
Give me the money.
We love cash.
No prizes awarded for dipshits that review and Jakesplains Top Chef episodes, I noticed.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
True story, I did run into an ex-girlfriend recently, and she said, "Are you still doing that mansplaining thing?" And I said, "I didn't know you watched my YouTube videos." And she said, "I don't know what you're talking about." Anywho, contestants draw knives to reveal which judge's challenge they will have to cook. Kristen wants to be reminded of that time she cooked a perfect soup.
The scallops are perfectly cooked. Nice job.
Gail wants stuffed pasta.
Stuffed pasta.
Get it together, Jake.
I hate pasta.
And Tom wants to be roasted like chicken.
You need to serve us a little white meat, a little dark meat.
With 30 minutes on the clock and $200 in their pocket, they hit the streets of Wisconsin to do a little shopping before a 2-hour cooking session on location for the judges, as well as 2 famous local restaurateurs, Adam Siegel and
Paul Bartolotta.
I know him.
He's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Charlie sounds unenthusiastic about being in Milwaukee, but then calls Dan Mr. Milwaukee.
I asked for Mr. Milwaukee, I think Dan, that's his name.
I know him.
But this time, these accolades are 100% legit.
100% legit. I'm from Wisconsin, so help me out here.
Nothing much to mention about the shopping trip.
Oh man, my fly's down.
So afterwards, the competitors go and grab a few drinks to unwind and talk about where they're from.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
in
for sure.
Chicago? That's awesome. I'm from there, so yeah.
So am I.
Dan seems a little bit lonely. I just don't think they appreciate how much of a treat it is to be talking to the legendary Mr. Milwaukee.
He's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
We learn Amanda is a little bit into astrology.
I'm very into astrology. I'm a witch. I'm a nerd. I'm a gamer. I'm a Capricorn. We're the best.
Alicia and David are both doing stuffed gnocchi, and David wonders who's going to do it best.
When you like to know.
Rasika brings the kind of attitude that I bring to every vegan barbecue I'm invited to.
Might piss off some people, but I'll deal with that later.
And Dan continues to brag.
I cook a lot of Asian stuff here in Milwaukee.
His boyfriend is also named Dan, which is adorable. And they named their restaurant Dan Dan, which is not adorable. The judges arrive, and maybe Kristen is getting a little used to being a host.
Oh my god. Why did I just get goosebumps? I don't know why that just happened.
While Kevin is really taking a philosophical look at his competitive strategy.
The biggest competition in this competition is me.
Michelle is in a bind battling her noodles,
It literally is a battle in my mind.
while Dan is complaining about a rare hand-based alopecia.
There went all the knuckle hairs.
This shit is stressing me out, so let's just get to plating.
Here come the pasta.
Kevin made a squid ink raviolo stuffed with lobster and shrimp bisque and fennel puree. David made a stuffed gnocchi with speck and chicken liver gravy, mascarpone, and Calabrian chili. Rasika made a keema stuffed kozakatai with kurma. Alicia made a ricotta gnocchi stuffed with mushroom bechamel, truffle goat cheese, and preserved lemon. Michelle made a ricotta and lobster stuffed pasta with charred corn sauce.
Michelle.
Regardless of her overthinking, she won the stuffed pasta round, but wet-ass David had too few gnocchi and too much sauce.
Yoki.
The judges are not happy with David's comment.
You said it was a gnocchi dough?
Yeah, I'm not huge on pasta, but I love
Some wet ass
gnocchi.
And they really aren't shy about expressing it. These moments where they show the judges being a little extra critical, it's always good to note.
Pasta's not really my thing.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things during the course of this competition that's not your thing.
Okay, yeah.
Next up is the soups.
Soup, sir.
Charlie served a corn and ham soup with pickled shrimp. Manny made green pozole with chicken and charred salsa verde. Dan served a very respectful tomato and fennel broth with seafood. All of the above were great. Laura served uvalama mint yogurt soup with bulgur meatballs, morel, and maitake mushrooms. Amanda made a chicken and dumplings with citrus gremolata.
Manny.
Manny wins, duh, and Amanda's salty-ass soup puts her dish at the bottom.
Go back and taste it.
Oh, Lord.
Lastly, we plate the chicken. Kenny runs out of time and plates faux spiced butter roasted chicken with coconut carrot mashed potatoes, but a few of the plates were missing the required dark meat. Kaylina serves roasted chicken with spiced curry corn, shiitake, and lobster mushrooms. Delicious. Danny does a Fines Herbs roasted chicken, brown butter sherry vinaigrette, and carrot miso puree. And
Danny's delicious.
Savannah made a roasted chicken with avgo limono sauce, chicken skin gremolata, and potato puree. Valentine made roasted harissa chicken, corn puree, and warm shishito salad. Danny wins, duh, but Savannah was right behind him with her moistest ass chicken.
some wet ass
Chicken in there.
Judging begins! Gail is very excited.
I might pop out of my dress.
Yes, please. Manny wins the challenge and immunity for next week over Michelle's lobster ravioli and Danny's fucking delicious chicken. But at the bottom, Amanda's salty-ass chicken and Kenny's missing dark meat had one more chance to pull a rabbit out of David's dumb
wet ass
hat.
What is going on?
It's a loser cook-off. The challenge is simply to make a good plate of food with the other competitors' leftovers. David wastes no time in starting the blame game.
Amanda and I both grab the fish same time.
But instead of a quick pivot away from that protein, David boards the struggle bus of indecision nonstop en route to,
Just trying to find something here to cook with.
What was in that package?
Shrimp, Tom.
Tom looks unimpressed while David pours all of the salt on the planet into his pot where his shrimp will be cooked.
Let's taste one. That's salty.
Either way, David made poached shrimp with sun-gold tomatoes, coconut cilantro broth, and green curry sauce, and baked in some blame for Amanda's egregious stealing of his fish.
And then Amanda stole my fish.
And then he spots the camera from across the room. Just like the son of the director of Avengers Endgame.
They said they'll do it. I don't want to.
I cannot unsee that kid.
Take the goddamn phone.
Danny made a sloppy, lumpy salad with shrimp. Amanda made crudo with David's snapper, and then she added a little soupçon shame to David for being slow.
I got there first.
First to go is tough. No hard feelings for a fashionable dude who got cut too early.
David?
I can't shame anyone for having a big personality. One good thing about being the loudest person in the room is you always find out where you don't fit in quickly.
First.
David made some minor mistakes that were sort of accentuated by his silly, nervous comments that he made. Being the first one cut here likely only means that he's a great chef with just a little bit of bad luck. Well, that's the first episode. Holy cow, we got maybe 15 more of these to go.
I'm tired. It's time to go.
This season, we usually try and post these videos around Thursday when the new episode hits the internet. If you're watching these on TV, they're always going to come a day late. Sorry, it's about as good as I can do. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Other than these videos, we have actually really educational stuff about the hospitality industry. So go ahead and check out those other videos.
Oh, that's cool.
In the meantime, you can check out Moist Palone's new album with his hit single, Wetter Now. That's it for this week.
wet ass P word.
I just got goosebumps.
Let's go, Poached.